I just received a package from Amazon. Today we are going to be unboxing and assembling Bosch's entry-level cabinet style router table. This is model RA1171. Let's take a look. Inside of the larger box are two cardboard containers. The larger appears to contain the panels for the cabinet. Instructions. More panels. And the cabinet tabletop. Inside the smaller box, we have the bit guard, the off and on switch with two outlets, I'm guessing these are shims. One dust collection port, hardware, two feather boards, the bottom piece of the guard, and the fence, which is a single piece. Also inside, it looks like these are two pieces of plastic which are 1/16 of an inch thick. Let's find out and get started assembling. Now you can see I was having a little bit of trouble identifying the correct orientation of the sides and the back. Bosch does indicate here in the directions that they've laid the holes in each of the pieces out so that you cannot assemble this incorrectly. As I was just going through it quickly, I noticed the back piece was up a little bit higher than the sides, and that obviously wasn't correct. And if I didn't have the doors correctly positioned on either side, they wouldn't line up with the pre-drilled holes on the back here. The holes on the bottom of the router table were aligned in a way that you can't install it incorrectly. I have a Bosch router, and even with a router that's the same brand as this table, it was difficult aligning the router with the pre-drilled holes on the aluminum faceplate. One thing that I found that did help a little bit was I stuck a screwdriver into, grab one here, into the Allen wrench hole to lower or lift the router, and then I maneuvered the faceplate around the screwdriver, and that way I was able to see exactly the holes that, or exactly the screw holes that line up with the router base. So, a good tip for you. I saw some complaints online about how difficult, or about the fact that the aluminum faceplate was not flush with the Meladine faceplate up above. And I'm not sure if those people just were not aware of the fact that there are adjustment screws in the aluminum faceplate, but this is very easy to align. So I completely disagree with that complaint. The one complaint that I read about disappointment with the metal faceplate or the aluminum faceplate not being completely flush with the rest of the tabletop. These were not actually shims, as I said earlier. They are hole reducers, so that you don't have a lot of unnecessary empty space around the bit. There are 3 sizes. You can see how large they are here. Nice that they included those. Now, in addition to the table, which is complete now, they did include some bolts in the packaging. If you plan on bolting this to a workbench or a tabletop surface that you have set up, or you could use C-clamps. Honestly, it's fairly heavy. I'm not sure that you would even need to bolt it down. Additionally, there are plastic feather boards included. Again, I want to stress that I am extremely satisfied with the build quality of this particular table. I think I said earlier I got it off of Amazon for about $150. This is not by a long stretch, or not by a long shot, a high-end router table, but it is still a very solid piece of equipment. It supports the router very well. I get a sense, I haven't yet used the table, but I get a sense that it's not going to be, or not going to feel like a flimsy piece of equipment when I'm using it. The fence feels very solid. I like the fact that when you turn the table around, there are 2 dust collection points. That's I don't know if you can tell in the video here, but I do my work in my basement, so dust is certainly an issue for me. It's something that I try to avoid at all costs. One of the concerns that I had from reading reviews online was how well this aluminum plate was going to align with the rest of the tabletop, the insert aligning with the tabletop. And it feels very smooth. I haven't yet run a piece of wood across it, but I can't imagine that I would have material catching on the plate or on the table as it runs all the way through. Overall, I'm just extremely satisfied. Let me spin it around one more time so that you folks watching the video can get a better view of it. So again, this is the Bosch RA1171 cabinet style router table. At this point I am really looking forward to using it, and once I do have an opportunity to use it, I will certainly post a video so that you all can see it in use and see how it performs under load. This video was put together by TimberAndTools.com. If you found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up down below. And if you would like to see more videos and more product unboxing and product reviews, subscribe to us on YouTube or head over to our website at TimberAndTools.com where you can get all kinds of material just like this, projects, tool reviews, and other content related to woodworking, especially woodworking for beginners. Thanks a lot.